Or you can look at the Native Americans. The indigenous inhabitants of that land for centuries were dehumanized for the richness beneath their feet, for the land. They were pushed to the margins. Their cultures were erased. The lands that they held sacred were violated, all for America's insatiable, ruthless hunger for more, for expansion, for dominance. They don't understand the idea of coexistence, of peace and harmony. They believe in the philosophy of the last man standing. That's their approach to the world. First within what's now the territorial United States, and then the entire Western Hemisphere, and then to the whole planet. This is what they applied. Mexico, Central America, South America. You see, the Latin Americans, their natural resources were sought, and so their sovereignty was trampled upon. America's pursuit of what it desires has always been characterized by exploitation, domination, and subjugation. For all their talk about capitalism and the market, free exchange and so on, for all their talk about this, it's not what they practice, and it's not what they fundamentally believe. For them, capitalism means we make the money, we make the profit, we benefit. Everything is ours and nothing is yours. Well, that's not capitalism. It's barbarism. It's piracy. You can't go into a business deal or a negotiation with that mentality. That's the mentality that you have when you commit a bank robbery, not a business agreement. But you see, they can't admit to themselves that they're actually just glorified pirates, glorified mafiosos, marauders, because they have a need to believe about themselves that they're good, enlightened, civilized people. So the only way that they can reconcile their barbaric instincts with their need to believe in their own goodness is by dehumanizing everyone else, dehumanizing everyone who has what they want. And they want everything. The United States is the only country in the world who literally and seriously believes that control over the entire planet is vital to their national interests. Imagine. And we've gotten used to American dominance. We think the world actually has to operate like this. We imagine that there's no other way for international relations to be carried out except by means of hegemonic power. But of course, that's not correct. Just because one country or even a few countries have more power than others, that does not necessarily mean or automatically mean that everyone else just has to kowtow to them and be exploited and be pushed around and do as they're told. It doesn't have to be like that. That's a Western model, and it originates from the Western psyche, which developed through their own peculiar history and their own peculiar culture. Not everyone's like that. In fact, most people aren't like that. Are you like that? Of course not. It's abnormal. The truth is that even most average Westerners, most average Americans are not like that. And I think it's even less and less prevalent now among the common people in the United States, precisely because their own government, their own elites are now dehumanizing even them, subjugating even them, treating their own citizens as a subcategory of the human race who deserve to be exploited and disposed of after use. That's how the West and how America is treating its own people now, not just the global South. And yes, it's abnormal, it's pathological, it's sick. And most people, even most states around the world, are not like that. There's something wrong with you. I mean, China's not like that. China, by most metrics, is the largest economy in the world. It's a global superpower, not a regional one. It's a global superpower. But it's not trying to dominate and subjugate the planet. The Chinese approach to international relations is compatible with the historic Muslim approach to international relations. This is why we get along. This approach is one of harmony, mutual benefit, bilateral and multilateral cooperation. They don't feel that they're losing money if both of you make money. They don't regard your prosperity or the prosperity of others as a threat to their own prosperity. They believe in mutually profitable transactions. For the Chinese, if you have something that they want, if you have something that they need, well, that makes you important to them. It makes you someone that they want to get along with. It doesn't make you an enemy. It doesn't make you, or it doesn't make them want to invade and colonize you. And understand, this isn't necessarily based on any particular morality or moral principles. It's just simple practicality. It's good business. If you wage war on a country, then only some segments of your economy will benefit from that. Weapons companies, reconstruction-related industries, and so on. But there are huge segments of your economy which will suffer because of war. To the average Chinese business person, when they see casualty figures from, say, the war in Iraq or wherever else, they see from those casualty figures, well, that's just that many more people who will not be customers that we could have sold to because they're dead. That doesn't make practical sense. That's not good business sense. Forget about the moral right and wrong of it. Just from a practical business perspective, casualties of war don't go shopping.